Hello viewers, thanks for tuning in today to watch Word for the Day. The title of our word today is, which is more important, the minister or the ministry? Which one comes first? Which is more important? This is very similar to the debate, the egg and the hen. Which one is more important? Well, if you ask my opinion about that, I will tell you that the hen is more important because when God was creating the world in Genesis, we are not told that he created eggs. He created the chicken, and the chicken produced the egg. The same holds true when it comes to this subject of the minister and the ministry. Who is more important? The ministry is a product of the minister. Much of the church has it wrong today. People celebrate the ministry more than the minister. But the ministry is a product of the minister. So one day, a woman walked to Jesus and broke an alabaster box of ointment. Precious ointment. In fact, they cost that ointment to be about 300 denarii, which was almost like a year's wage. And the disciples were furious and said, why wasn't this sold and given to the poor? And Jesus rebuked them and said, the poor you always have with you, but me you always don't have with you. In other words, Jesus was explaining to them that I'm more important than the poor. The poor is the ministry. He said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor, help the poor. That's the ministry. That's the work. But the work is done by somebody. The work is done by the minister. When Jesus finished his earthly ministry and he was leaving this earth, he didn't leave us a ministry. He left us ministers. I'd like to read that to you in Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 4, 10 to 11. It says, he that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body. He gave men for those men to do the work. How then do we celebrate the institution more than the one who produced the institution? This is why when you read Acts 4 and Acts 5, the offerings of lands and houses, the monies that they got from the sale of lands and houses were brought and laid at the apostles' feet. People are so uncomfortable when help and something nice is being done for men of God. But it is these men of God who do the work. And I'll read a few of these points to you. When you read Acts chapter 4, verse 34 and 35, it says, for as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them and brought the prices of the things that were sold and laid them down at the apostles' feet. They trusted the apostles to be able to give them money's worth lands and houses. Acts 4, 36, 37. And Joseph, who by the apostles was said named Barnabas, which is being interpreted, the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus, having land, sold it, and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. They valued the apostles very high. Then I'll read the last one, Acts 5:2. This is the Ananias and Sapphira story. And kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. Dear friend, if you trust the ministry of the church more than the minister of the church, you have the wrong order. I pray that God will give you the wisdom to change the order. Trust the minister and value the minister of the church more than just the ministry of the church. May God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Say amen and share.